Yo, so I got a little video for you lot to watch. It's all about racial profiling. Just a small little 3-minute video. You're going to watch the video, then I'm going to give you my thoughts on racial profiling.
With the stop motorist, I'm with the sergeant, we'll be state 5 in a couple of seconds. Right, I've got to go to quite a serious incident. The reason I stopped you is when you came out of the barns, no offence to you, but you're a black male, okay? I'm not going to lie to you.
So it's racist when you stop me?
I'm not saying that at all. The reason I've stopped you, I'll explain if you let me finish, alright? In this area, we have a number of drug dealers. I'm not saying you're a drug dealer. That come up from other areas that don't live anywhere around here.
I live here.
I know you might know that, but I don't because I've never met you before. Okay, so the reason I've stopped you is because I haven't seen you before, and I've been a local officer for a long time here. So I've turned round, and then when we came out to Kings Avenue, your car had disappeared. I hadn't disappeared because I saw you in the mirror actually. Because you come out. We saw you go up Kings Avenue, and we went up Kings Avenue, and then we couldn't see your vehicle. So whether you went off us down the side street or not, I don't know. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you got any ID on you? Just for your details on, just so I can your ID, mate. That'd be brilliant.
Didn't hear the update for us, did you? No. Industrial accident at Wild Tracks, life-changing injuries they want us to go to.
Okay, no worries.
Who wants to see it?
I'll take it, sir. Thanks very much.
Just explain why we stopped you. So for me, a little bit, that seems a little bit strange sometimes. That I drive past the car and then sometimes it disappears. No offence to you, you might have been just going to see a friend. I've got no idea because I don't know you until I stop and ask. All right. Then when we've done a little bit of a drive around through that estate, we've then seen your car again on Kings Avenue, and that's why we pulled you over just to see what you're up to, basically. I'm not accusing you of being a drug dealer. I'm not accusing you of being a criminal. But if I don't stop people, how can I do my job?
Is what you did.
Yeah, but not because I'm racist. But because in this area we have a number of people that come up to this area that are young black males that deal drugs.
So if I was white, you wouldn't have stopped me?
No, I stopped lots of white people.
But if I was white, you wouldn't have stopped me?
Yes, I would have done.
You would have stopped me if I was white, even though I drove past you.
If you're accusing me of being a racist, okay.
I'm not accusing you of being racist. Right. I'm just asking you a question. If I drove past you, if I was a white person, I drove past you, you wouldn't have turned around and come after me, would you?
Maybe not today, but
no,
I stopped.
You're racist,
no,
then,
I'm not racist. I stopped more white people than I ever stopped black people.
But you're just proving it, though, haven't you? If I was white and I drove past you, you would not have turned around. But that's not a black person that drove past you. You've turned around and come see me.
I've explained to you why I've stopped you. Okay, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't stop people that commit crimes in these areas. And we have young black males in this area that come from outside of Cambridgeshire that deal drugs. I'm not suggesting that you do that, but that's why I've stopped you, because we don't have that many young black males in this area.
Okay, fair enough, but the fact is, Joe, you didn't have to stop me. You could have checked my details. You could have seen that I'm an insured driver on here.
Just because that's the registration number on the car. That doesn't mean the same person is driving it that owns it or is insured.
Okay, fair enough. Understandable. Fair enough.
I'm not a racist, okay, but I'm doing my job. It's not. I understand why you might think I am. All right, but we don't get many young black males in this area. Okay, so that's until my colleague was running your details through the computer system and I pulled you over.
Fine, thank you very much.
But I've got no issue, and you wanted me to explain why I've stopped you, and I'm telling you the truth. I could have lied to you, made it up, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could have.
But I've told you the truth because I don't think I'm being racist. I've stopped you for a reason. I've explained why. All right.
Okay,
thank you for your time.
Cheers.
All
take
right,
care.
take care.
All right.
I would have done the exact same thing as that police officer. I rate him. He's straight to the point. He don't BS you, you know. I've had police officers stop me before and give me some dumb excuses as to why they stopped me. And I think to myself, why don't you just be honest and tell me the reason why you stopped me is because I'm black? I wouldn't have taken no offense to it. You see, even in Northampton, there's black men in Northampton, but there's two types of black men in Northampton. There's black guys and there's man them. You know, sometimes when I'm outside my house or I might be looking out the window and I see cars drive past, sometimes I see certain characters in these cars and I think these lot are probably drug dealers because of the area that I'm in. If I was in my area, Edmonton, if I was in Tottenham, if I saw the same guys, they don't even have to be in no flashy cars. The other day I saw some guys in, you got like the Mini Cooper, but you got the SUV version. If I saw those same guys in Tottenham or Edmonton, I wouldn't think nothing of them. I wouldn't even think nothing of them. Yeah, some average, any guys, whatever. I wouldn't think that they're drug dealers or nothing like that. But when I see certain types of characters up here in Northampton, they got that tough looking face, They might not be bad boys, but they got that little bit of swag to them. I just think automatically, I wonder what these men are doing up here. Are they really from Northampton? Or are they up here, yeah, wheeling and dealing? I don't think that about every black guy I see. I see some black guys, and I know they're black guys. They're from Northampton. I can just tell. The way they walk, the look on their face, the clothes that they wear, I can just tell. I don't think this police officer is racist one bit. Everyone profiles, whether you like it or not. Black people profile against other black people. If you are a black man right now, you drive on one of them estates in Peckham, Tottenham, Hackney, Brixton, the man them are going to profile you. If you dressed up in a fucking suit and look like some neek with your bow tie on, them man ain't going to pay you no attention. They'll one glance, alright, keep it moving. But if you're dressed any sort of way, urban, mainstream, who's that man over there? Or if you're driving a nice, don't even have to be a fucking nice flashy car. If you're driving a car like me, you know I got that Honda Civic. Who's that man in that car? They want to know. They're profiling you. Everyone does it. It can be annoying, I get it. It can be annoying, I get it. One time I was in Wagamama's in Milton Keynes. And I stopped off on my way back from Northampton to London. Milton Keynes is in between Northampton to London. Stopped off at Wagamama's. I'm sitting in Wagamama's, there's an Asian couple in front of me. A guy and a girl, the boyfriend's got his back to me and the girlfriend's facing me. The toilets are at the back. I stood up and walked towards them. The girl moved her purse. I saw it and it got me annoyed. But I ain't going to say nothing. When I returned back from the toilet, I just saw her staring at me. You know, I wanted to say something, but I thought to myself, there's no point in me why am I getting angry? Why am I allowing someone else's actions to get me angry? If you want to move your bag, that's up to you. And that day, I know I wasn't looking like no fucking thug. I know I didn't have my hood on or anything dumb like that. I believe I didn't pose no threat to her for her to think. Like, she used to think to herself, why would I be walking towards I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll walk in towards her direction to snatch her bag and run back the other way, but I don't know. It's just stupid. But everyone racially profiles. So in them situations there, the police officer's just doing his job. He's not stupid. A policeman who patrols his area, has worked in his area for a long time, especially if it's an area outside of London, they know a lot of men from down London, they go up to certain areas to sell drugs. But when he sees people he's unfamiliar with, who stand out from the crowd, and people who look similar to other people sell drugs in that area, he's going to think, bam, what's he up to? Let me stop him. Because I don't know him. He looks like one of them. Let me just investigate. Let me go and find out. Don't blame the policeman, you know. Blame the man them who travel from London or wherever, up them ends there, selling drugs. Blame them, because they're making, for example, if I was driving through that area, they'll make me look like a criminal. Just because I might look a certain way. The police will see me and think, oh, well, the last couple of guys that we chased and then we didn't catch, they look similar to him. So let's stop this man here. It's the police's job to intercept crime. What type of police force will we have if they just wait for crimes to happen? Prevention is better than cure. So I don't blame the police officer. Even my estate, my mum's house. Now I'll talk about my estate here in a second. Even my mum's estate, I know all the cars on my mum's road. I've lived there my whole fucking life. I know what car belongs at what house. So if I see a random car on my estate, I ain't gonna think, oh, a drug dealer, whatever, innit? But I just know, oh, that car don't belong here, innit? Someone from somewhere else is on my estate who don't live here. My estate here. Obviously, I don't know the area that well. Obviously, I've only been up here 3 months or whatever since the beginning of lockdown. You know, I already know all the drug dealers. I already know who all the drug dealers are. I know that there's one flat opposite my house. Them man there selling, I think they're selling weed from that flat, because I see a man in a van, I ain't gonna say what colour the van is, but a man in a van every fucking day after work pulls up for a few minutes, pretends to have a fake conversation with a man, and then he goes about his business. When you live in an area, you know who and what goes on. There's a girl that comes to my estate. Every now and then I see her, because obviously I'm always sitting in the same position, looking out the window, well, facing the window when I'm on my laptop. There's a girl that comes in her white BMW. Asian girl in a white BMW. She goes and picks up her boyfriend. The boyfriend jumps in the driver's seat and drives off with her in the car. So they swap positions. When you're from an area, you know what goes on. Oh, there's an old man that lives down the bottom of my estate. He drives a Nissan Duke. He actually came knocking on my door the other day because my girl's lights on her car was on. You get to know faces. So when you see unfamiliar faces, it may arouse suspicion if that unfamiliar face looks like other faces that commit crimes. So it's not a big thing. For me, it would be annoying. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're going to get stopped by the police and stuff like that. Now, it would be annoying for me if I kept on getting stopped by the police in Northampton. But hopefully one day, if it did happen, it would stop because, oh, the police are familiar with me. Oh, we know that car. Thankfully, it doesn't happen. The only thing I would say is the policeman did trip himself up, though, when he said, the guy asked him, oh, if I was white, would you have stopped me? He said, probably not. But you know what? He's just being honest. He probably wouldn't need... I'm not saying that white people don't sell drugs or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, when black men, when we are out in areas that, you know, our demographics are not popular in that area, we're going to stand up. And if you're selling drugs, you're a mark. You're a mark. The way to abolish all that shit and stop people from racially profiling us, or significantly reduce the numbers, stop selling drugs. Stop going out to other areas and selling drugs. I bet when I walk down the street with my mean face on, you know, I just miserable looking anyway. Listen, I've had man knock on my door. Some guy knocked on my door trying to sell me some windows, whatever, innit? And I'm talking to him, and he said to me, is this your house? I said, yeah. He said, oh, I didn't think so, because like you look young, whatever, innit? That's cool. You know what? Even off the back of that, he probably thought, oh, how can this young black guy own his own property? Because you can tell it's like a 3-bed house, whatever, innit? Yeah? Cool. As soon as I spoke to him, I said to him, yeah, I'm not from around here, whatever, innit? Because he asked me something. And he said, yeah, I can tell. I said, how? He said, I can tell you're from London. I said, how? He said, I can just tell, innit? People know, you know, what certain people look like, how they conduct themselves, whatever, in certain areas. The people, when I go to my local cost cutter shop around the corner, they know I'm not from Northampton. And there are guys who walk around who look similar to me in this area, and they go in and they know this guy is not from Northampton. I don't say much, but they can just tell. The police know who's who in what area. That time when I got stopped on my motorbike, I made that video talking about I got stopped on my motorbike because I was ran like a fucking jackass. That police officer knew I was not from Northampton, because he's a local police officer in his area. There's a black man riding a motorbike with a gold jacket, riding a red motorbike, and he's never seen me before. He knows he's not from this area like that. Now, obviously, when he saw my ID, oh, okay, well, you do have a post, you know, your Northampton address is on this thing. But he knew I weren't from Northampton like that. Just moved up there. So racially profiling, boy, it is what it is. It is what it is. The racially profiling allows the police to intercept crime. I've been in places where I'm not supposed to and had the police try to get onto me. And the reason why I was up there, because I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. I ain't going to say too much, obviously. Yeah? But they racially profiled me and it was fucking right. They want to intercept crime. They can't sit and wait for crime to happen. Stay wise.